This conference will now be recorded.
Good afternoon and welcome to today's Charts Today video. We've had a couple of days of earnings already, so I thought we'd take a look at a few of those charts. We'll start with Tesla, which just reported. Popped initially about 4% or so, but could not get a sustained break over the top of what can be our wave one of wave three of three in the larger intermediate degree wave one. So again, we have this very clear ABC correction. We don't yet have a clear confirmation of a bottom, but we do have what looks like 5 waves up, a deep retrace as the 1-2, even though we only got to a 2-3-6 retrace for this primary wave 4. So if this is not all of the wave 4, we should still at least be getting higher in our B wave bounce. But ideally, we're going to get 5 waves up as the intermediate degree wave 1 here in the start to primary wave 5 of a cycle third that is targeting the next, not the next fib, because we got so close to the 1-2-3-6. We really want to see our primary wave 5 of cycle 3 get closer to this 1-6-1-8. But I think I have to go out to a daily chart, there we go, in order to see it. So we really want this to fill out a bigger, so getting a bigger wave 1 here actually would not be bad at all. So there's a normal retrace there, and that's a little bit stretched out. So we'll bring this down just a little bit because we didn't quite get to the 2-3-6 there. So what I was going to say is that if this is another 5 waves up, let me zoom in a little bit more. There we go. If this is another 5 waves up from here, as another wave 1, and now since we couldn't get a sustained break and are fading back a little bit, if this is another wave 1 and wave 2 in green, then that should stretch the rest of this green parentheses wave 3, minimally normal fib extension, if this is another 1-2, would take that up to this region, about 931. So that would move this move up to that 931. And then this would head up even higher. And then this would head up even higher. And then that can get our wave 1 closer to 1150, which actually works well in the larger structure for that primary wave 5 starting. So we could see more of a fade since we are looking for a B wave retrace in the market anyway inside the third. This could be yet another wave 2 pullback for a very, very nested structure inside this wave 1. So we did get a move after hours up in the right direction, but could not get a sustained breakout. It's possible this is a more fleeting consolidation that holds the 700s. That only lasts a day or two, and then we break out strongly and head up into the 900s for more of that third. So we'll keep an eye on that and see how it responds in regular trading hours over the next 2 sessions. Now I wanted to pull up UNH, which got a decent pop higher on earnings off of our ideal low for the wave 2 into the top of our normal fib zone. We have a good bullish looking move that fits nicely as wave 1 and are filling out a nice consolidation as wave 2. I do want to see this hold the 512 region and start to head up towards 578 as the third of the third in our parentheses wave 5. If we can't hold here in this 515 to 512, then there is a chance that this was an alt 5th wave of wave 1, and then we're going to consolidate back to the 490s to 470s as a wider flat for a larger wave 1 and wave 2 in the start of our parentheses wave 5 here. I think this move higher really takes the this alt yellow 4 off of the table for the most part. It certainly does not look as much like an A, B, C flat with this push higher, but that could still just be an alt higher wave 1, and we get a wave 2, and then 3, 4, 5 up to the 750 region. Next, we have our two financials that reported. Moving up nicely, we have Bank of America with a possible 5 waves up off the low now from that 50% retrace. So with any consolidation that we might get in the market, this could fade back to around the 3175 to 3150 region would be ideal, and that can be a small little 1-2 start to what should be just the wave 1. Let's move this over and decompose for our subwaves. There we go. So wave 1 ideally targeting probably somewhere around that 200-day moving average, which is around 4160. That gives us a pretty nicely proportionate wave 1 inside this C wave. So that means that this move up off the low as a small 5 up does fit pretty nicely as being wave 1 of 1. And that little consolidation to around 3175 would be a nice little wave 2. Then we can add that as a wave setup. Goldman Sachs, not too different, except it did make a nominal lower low here. So we have that nominal lower low in the 5th wave, and then a possible 5 waves up off of that. Again, can be wave 1 of the 5th, or maybe an A wave of wave 1 of the 5th, because this could be an ending diagonal, but it doesn't have to be. Next, wanted to take a look at NVS. That got a nice little move, small move, but in the right direction, is now pulling back. I think this is going to be possibly a leading diagonal for this wave 1. Instead of an A, B, and a C wave, if it is a C wave, then this looks like wave 1, and it's pulling back in wave 2 of a small ending diagonal for that C wave. Either way, the 82s should hold now, and this can be a pretty choppy move that takes a while to fill out up into the 96 to 100 region. And then wanted to look at ASML. Did not fade yet as the wave 2. It decided to push just a little bit higher initially, but some of these look a little bit more like this is 1, 2, and then this is an A, B, and they're filling out a C of 3, and they need just a 4th and a 5th. It's hard to count this initial move in a lot of these semiconductors as 5 waves up, but we could be 1, 2, getting a 3rd, and then a 4th and a 5th wave up for a more impulsive wave 1 off the low. It's just going to be in between, where it's not clear if that is a circle wave 1 of a bigger wave 1 or just a smaller version of this wave 1. But some consolidation from some of the semiconductors would not be abnormal at this point. And then we wanted to see a move up in NTRS. And instead, it did not hold this little micro start to the C wave of 3 in the leading diagonal, and instead looks more like that was an extension of the A wave, and then it dropped here in the B wave. But again, this is relying on a WXY structure into this low. We do not have a clear start to a move off the low yet. Not even as wave 1 of an intermediate wave 1 in the start of the primary degree wave 2. So this drop here from close to, the 764, but that is a valid fib extension for just an A, B, and a C wave up, and this is kind of a sharp drop. So I think at this point, any break of the 95s, and it increases the likelihood that this is trying to head under 90, possibly down towards 82 as what would be a 5th wave in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves down as a C wave, instead of relying on this ABC for a Y wave here. All right, we'll go ahead and stop there, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a good night.